Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Sharif Shamsuddin from Bushido Kaizen Training and Consultancy. I would like to thank uh, Comfrey for giving me this opportunity to share a topic that is very dear to my heart, a topic that I have been teaching for the last 30 years, a topic that have helped thousands of participants over the years, yeah. And the topic is about problem solving and decision making. I have finalized this topic into a new title. I call it How to Kill Any Problem in 6 Steps. Okay. Before we proceed, let me do a brief introduction about myself. I'm Sharif Shamsuddin. I've just recently retired after working for more than 38 years in Tenaga Nasional in various departments, organization within the company, such as technical training, managerial consultancies. In fact, I have worked together with world-class consultants, such as McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, Renewal Consulting UK, and loads of other consultants. And also, I had the opportunity to be flown to Japan and learn from the best quality gurus, from the best problem-solving gurus in the world, in Osaka and Kyoto, and learn about the Toyota production system and how they solve problems. Yeah. Okay. These are some of my past clients and my past collaboration. I hope by the end of this short session, you will be able to know the 6 steps, the 6 easy steps for you to solve problem. And I will share with you a couple of simple problem solving tools and techniques. Okay. Okay. And I have designed this program to make it more interesting, but today I'm not going to use it. I normally do a Kahoot test, and I do a lot of gamification to stress important points in the topics such as shooting the dart game, leading the blind game, balance my nails, and a very popular game that is called Cannon Brawl, which sums up all the what you have learned in this particular topic. Yeah. And also another popular game, Tower Power. So what we are going to cover in this short session is one is I will share with you some of the very popular problem solving tools, and also the 6 steps method to kill any problem. Third is I will share a decision making technique. It's called benefit analysis. And lastly, the ever popular root cause analysis. Yeah, some may call it Ishikawa, some call it fishbone diagram, cause effect diagram, and so on. Before we start, Eva, can you volunteer to be my guinea pig in this magic show?
Hi, sir. Of
Yes.
course.
Okay. So what you need to do, Eva, is just choose a number from the screen, any number, one number in the screen, and write it on a piece of paper. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, Eva, is the number here?
Okay, done.
Is the number here? Is the number that you choose here?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What about here? Is the number here?
No.
No. Okay. Here?
No.
All right. Still no. Here? I believe it's here, right?
Yes.
Okay. And here?
Yes.
Okay. Great. This is a very sensitive question, Eva. Very sensitive, especially for women. May I know your age?
I'm 26 now.
Oh, 26. All right. Another simple question. At what age did you learn how to walk? If you can remember. Normally, a baby starts to walk at what? 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 26 plus 1?
Yes.
Is that the number?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The number is 27. So Eva, actually, I'm not doing any magic. Actually, I'm just doing some little bit of analysis, a little bit of data analysis, a little bit of questioning techniques. Yeah. So what lesson did we learn from this? relating to problem solving, decision making is number one. Is data in problem solving is very, very important. Yeah, you need to ask a right question to collect data, to know which data are necessary, which are unnecessary, and eliminate those unnecessary data and analyze those data that are useful. At the end of the day, you can make the right decision, as I did in solving a very, very difficult question of thinking what's in Eva's mind. Okay, all right, very interesting. Yeah, perfect. Now, let's start with the problem-solving tools. In the world, there are 1,001 tools to solve problems, but the most popular tools are the 7 QC tools, traditional QC tools. We have check sheets, a tool where we systematically collect data. We have charts and graph. We learned during school, right? Charts and graph, where a picture speaks 1,000 words. It's easier for us to look at charts and graph rather than raw data and numbers. And we have Pareto chart, prioritizing tool, root cause analysis, which we are going to cover in this session. This is where we look at the root cause of the problem. What are the causes that giving the headache of that problem? And we remember during school we learn how to do histogram. This is the trending and distribution of data. And also control chart. These are very important. Control chart in manufacturing, they need to use control chart in order for them to control the output of the production. And the 7th one is the scatter diagram. These are trending. I think we learned about scatter diagram. Remember, we use the curve rule and the dotted line, and then we do the what do you call it, the graph using the curve rule. So next is the 7 new quality tools and techniques. Yeah. Number one, we have affinity diagram, where we group these data which are similar and categorize them into smaller portion. And then number 2, we have relationship diagram. This is similar to the cause effect or root cause analysis. And then we have tree diagram, where we categorize this information into smaller chunks in order for us to make better decision. We have metrics. Number 4 is metric chart, where we look at the relationship between a different group of information. We have MDA, or metric data analysis, where we prioritize the data. Number 6 is PDPC, identifying the unnecessary process. And lastly, arrow diagram, where we look at because in any organization, there are process flow. And we use arrow diagram to look at which is the best flow to go through, and we look at several contingencies. Okay. Now, the second part of this, the most important part, this is the 6-step method that I'm going to share with you. And I call this is one I have developed myself over the years, and I call it SysPath. It's basically an acronym for scenario, impact, I for impact, S for solutions, and P for proposal. Then we have A for action, and V for value creation. Okay, let's look at it one by one. Look at scenario. Yeah. In order for you to solve any problem, we have to understand what's going on, the situation. Yeah. This is where we set the scene. We describe the situation with, we identify what problem we are going to solve. There are a number of problems. Then we are going to use a technique called benefit analysis to choose one pertinent problem that we are going to solve. Okay. And of course, here we set a goal. We call it SMART goal, and analyze the problem using various tools and techniques available. The second part of SysPath is impact. This is the impact if you do nothing. Yeah. The consequence if you do not take any action. Yeah. And normally it's negative in nature. For instance, if you don't do anything, it might affect your revenue. It might increase your cost. It might reduce your profit. Your productivity might be reduced, and so on and so forth. Okay. And the third of SysPath is solution. Yeah. this is where it gets interesting. Okay, this is where the creative and innovative ideas comes into play. We use tree diagram here to suggest various possible solutions and look at the. Sometimes we cannot eradicate the problem solely. We need to mitigate or lessen the problem, and we also need to look at the risk factor, because sometimes if you do not look at the risk, if you solve a problem, you might create a bigger problem, and you have to choose the best option, and looking at the pros and cons. Yeah. And the fourth part of this part is proposal. Yeah, you have a solution in hand. You have a solution in hand, and you have to escalate it upwards to the top management. You have to do a what you call it, a bulletproof case, so that the management can approve your ideas, your solution. Yeah, you know why? In order for you to proceed with the solution, you need budgets, you need approval. So this is where you learn how we will teach you how to do a proper proposal, a proper presentation. Yeah, because I myself from previous experience during my younger days, I failed to. We have a great solution, but unfortunately, when we propose it to our top management, I can still remember what my boss told me. Sharif, I do not know what your team is trying to sell to us. Wow, that was really heartbreaking. So we learned the hard way. And in order to convince your top management of your ideas, you need to have a proper proposal, a proper presentation. Yeah. And of course, you have a proposal. If there, it is useless if there is no action. As they say, if you fail to plan, you're actually planning your failure. So action plan is vital in order for you to ensure that what you are proposing becomes reality. All right. So, and the last one, you want to solve problem, you need to add value to your solution. Okay. So you have to highlight what are the value. The value can be tangible, it can be intangible. Yeah. Tangible means it can be calculated. For instance, if you solve this problem, you will save a certain amount of money. If you solve this problem, you will increase your revenue. If you solve this problem, you reduce your cost. In terms of intangible, if you solve this problem, you might improve your image. You might improve your what you call it, your customer trust, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so that's about it on the 6 path, the 6 steps. Now, I would like to share with you a technique. We call it decision-making technique, or benefit analysis, to be exact. Yeah. Basically, it is a decision-making tool. Yeah. It is a tool for you to decide what problem you're going to solve. Or for instance, I will give you an example. I used this tool to buy a car. I think about 3 years ago, I decided to buy a car. I used this tool to make a decision. Which car is suitable for me? And then when you want to make decision, there are various criteria that you need to look at. Yeah. For instance, if you want to solve a problem, which criteria is more important to you, pertinent to you? Is it you want to look at the cost, your savings, or profit, or is it easy to implement? Is it very serious? Will it improve your image? Will it increase your revenue? Will it improve the economy of the company? Yeah. Is it cheap to what you call it, to produce, and so on? Yeah. Okay, let's look at an example. Remember, I told you I wanted to buy a car 3 years ago. To be specific, I wanted to buy an SUV because as a trainer, I need a big SUV to carry along all my stuff to do my trainings. So the first thing that I need to do is to formulate the point table. I use a very simple point, Likert point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can have your own. You can have, you are a bit lazy, you can just put there 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. You are a bit adventurous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think the middle ground 1 to 5 should be okay. Okay, and then I choose three important criteria because the money is limited, so I need to look at the cost of buying the car, buying the SUV. So that is the most important criteria, the cost. The second one is I like, because you are looking at the car every day, so look is very important. So that's the second criteria. And the third criteria is spaciousness. I need the SUV to very spacious to carry my stuff along, yeah. And what I did next is to give the range of for instance, the cost between how many to how many price. What points do I give? Right? For instance, if anything that costs more than 500,000 ringgit, which I definitely cannot afford, I give it at a 1 point. Okay, look at the top there, 1 point. Anything which is equal or greater than 500 ringgit. Anything which is between 400 to 499 ringgit, I give 2 points. 300 to 399 ringgit, 1,000 ringgit, I give it a 3 point. And anything more or less than 200,000 ringgit, I give a 5 points, maximum points. In terms of look, these are mere perception, because different people have different perception on looks. If it's beautiful to me, it's not beautiful to you. More importantly, is how the SUV looks to me. So if if I see it at the SUV and I say okay only lah, so I give a 1 point. If nice, I give a 2 points. If the SUV is very nice, I give 3 points. If it is extremely nice, I give 4 points. If I look at the SUV, I say, wow, then I give maximum 5 points. So far, I hope you can follow, yeah? Now, in terms of spaciousness, this I measure it in liters, yeah? Anything less than 100,000, anything less than 101 liter, I give 1 point because I think Beza, can carry more, have more volume than that, yeah. And then in terms of 2 points, I give if the volume is 101 to 103 liter, 300 liters, and if it is more than 700 liters, I give maximum 5 points. I hope everybody can follow, yeah. So this is the point table, very vital. So what I did next is go from showroom to showroom. Yeah? For several weeks, I had fun testing all the various cars and looking at the various specs in their brochures. So this is why I collect data. Right. So I built up a second, formulate a second table. I call it a benefit analysis table. If you look at the top section, the cost, looks, and spacious, there is in the bracket times 3, times 2, and times 1. Those is what I call weightage. Because weightage is the level of importance of that criteria towards me. I feel that the cost is very important, so I give it a weightage of 3. So any points that we get from my analysis, I times it by 3 in terms of cost, times by 2 in terms of looks, and times by 1 in terms of spaciousness. All right. After looking at doing the surveys, and I came up with all this data, yeah, the cost, the looks, yeah, the looks are given by me, very nice, wow, nice, SUV nice, okay only. And in terms of spaciousness also, I got it from the brochure. Okay, these are the tangibles. The looks are intangible ones. So far, I hope everybody can follow, yeah? Now, this one gets interesting. I hope Eva can help me on this, yeah? Are you still there, Eva?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. So I look at the point table and I look at the data table and I construct the benefit analysis table, which is similar to the data table. But this is where we do the calculation. And I add another column called total. Okay, Eva. If you look at Mazda CX-3, in terms of cost, how much it costs, Eva? How much it costs?
200K.
200K. If you look at the point table, where does the 200K falls into the point table?
200K falls on 4 points.
4 points. Exactly, Eva. 4 points. So I give you the 4 points in terms of cost for Mazda CX-3. Remember the what you call it? The weightage. Any points that I get, I have to times it by 3. So 4 times 3, what's the answer, Eva?
Oh,
Very simple calculation. 4 times 3. Yeah?
oh,
12. All right, exactly. So the convention is the point that you get, you put it outside, the calculated amount, which is calculated by the weightage, you put inside the bracket. So 12 points there. So we proceed with all the other calculations, analysis. In terms of looks, Eva, CX8, what do I give? I give it
very nice.
very nice. So in terms of very nice, what point do I get for this?
Falls on 3 points.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. It falls on 3 points. And you remember the weightage for looks is times 2. So 3 times 2.
6.
Yep, you get 6. And we do for the rest. And last one, my last question for you. In terms of spaciousness for CX8, the volume is 290 liters. What point do I get for 290 liters if you look at spacious?
Falls on 2 points.
2 points, exactly. And in terms of weightage, I give it times 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Am I right? So we do for the rest. So what needs to happen is that we add up all the numbers in the bracket. You see? Mazda CX-8, 12 plus 6 plus 2. How much point do we get? Eva? Oh, Eva need a calculator. You know, the guys these days, you need calculator. Yeah? Yeah, 12 plus 6 plus 12 is 20. Okay? And we do for the rest. We get 20 points for Lexus, Discovery 12 points, Proton CX X70 23 points, and Harrier is 80 points. So Eva, which car do you think I bought? The car that has the most number of points, right?
Proton
car?
X7.
Yes, exactly. I bought a Proton X70, and it's been in my garage for the last 3 years. I'm very, very happy with my purchase. And I'm very glad that I use this benefit analysis technique to make a decision to buy the car. All right, I hope you all understand how we do benefit analysis. So the next topic then, the last topic that I'm going to share with you guys is the root cause analysis. Okay, actually there are many names for this. Some call it fishbone diagram, some call it Ishikawa analysis, some call it cause effect diagram. It's actually a root cause analysis, yeah. And it was designed by a professor from Japan named Professor Koru, or Dr. Koru Ishikawa in the 60s, I believe. And it consists of 5 elements, 4M and 1E, which is man, machine, method, material, and environment. The convention is that the problem should be placed at the head. Like they say, fish rot at the head. So problem should be put at the head of that fish. Okay. Okay, let's look at a case study. The case study is about the problem faced by a botanical garden, theme park. And as a manager of that botanical garden, so his team has identified that the main issue why what do you call it? There's a decline in the visitors of the botanical garden is because the lake animal population is declining. Yeah, and so that's the problem, declining lake animal population. You know why? The lake animal is the biggest attraction when people comes and visit the botanic. They want to see the cranes. They want to see these the geese, the ducks, the tortoise, the koi fish, and a lot of those animals living in the lake garden, in the lake. So most are too weak to survive. So slowly the population of these animals are declining. And then the director has instructed the team to solve the problem. And by using the what you call it, root cause analysis, they came out with this what you call RCA, why the lake animal population is declining. If you look at the man factor, there are 5 factors here: man, method, machine, material, and environment. Look at man. Why? Basically, the root cause analysis, we are asking the why question until you cannot answer. Okay? So look at the man part, man factor. Why? Why is it declining? Because the animals are dying. Why is it dying? Because not enough food are given. Why? Because the company do not have budget to give enough food. Why is it so? Because there are lack of sales. Why people are not buying the tickets? Because why there are lack of sales? Because of people not buying the tickets to visit the botanical garden. Why is it so? Because of lack of promotion. And coincidentally, that happened during PKP also. Why? People are not visiting because of PKP. Let's look at another factor, the method factor. Why are they declining? Because of lack of natural food resources. Why is it so? Because that ecosystem. Why? Because too much algae at the lake, and it is due to the incorrect pH level of the water. Yeah. And we look at the material. Yeah, material. When we look at material, we have to look at the animal feed. Yeah. So they found out that the animal feed quality is very low. Why is it so? Because lack of quality control when they purchase the bird feed, the animal feed. Why? Because the staff, the quality control staff are not competent. Why? Because they lack training. Okay. So far, I hope everybody can follow. Now look at another factor, the machine factor. We are talking about lack of oxygen because the lake need oxygen. The animal especially inside living, the fishes need a high level of oxygen. And why the lack of oxygen? Because they fountain, every lake there are fountains, and these fountains create oxygen, and the fountains are not working for several months. Why is it so? Because the pump is damaged. Why? Because of lack of maintenance. Okay, then we look at the environment factor. Why? They're dying because they are sick. Because why? The water in the lake is polluted. Yeah, polluted. Why? Because there's no proper drainage. All right. After looking at all the causes, yeah, we look at the root cause. Root cause is where at the end of that cause-effect diagram, yeah. Look at the end point, pH level incorrect. We have lack of promotion. We have lack of maintenance. That's the last one, the last point of the fishbone, yeah. No proper drainage and lack of training. Okay, and of course PKP. Why PKP is in red? Because there's not much we can do about it. Those are the concern area. They call it area of concern. It's not area of control. The one in greens are the thing that we can control. So what we should do is focus or solve the problems in the root cause in the green, the one that we can control. If you look at lack of maintenance, of course you need to maintain the park properly. The solution, you need to know proper drainage, and you need to build or construct a drainage system that is proper, that can prevent pollution. You look at lack of training, of course you need to give your staff training. If you look at the pH level, then you have to control the pH level. And the last one, lack of promotion, of course you need to give a proper promotion. You have to provide, make sure that the botanical garden is well known to the public, and the PKP, not much you can do about it, you just ignore it. So this is basically a solution, a very simple solution. But of course, a very complex problem, there will be complex solution. This is where we look at another tool. We call it tree diagram, which we are not going to cover here. We don't have time to cover. Then we have to look at out of the box solution. We have, for every solution, we have to look at the risk factor. We have to look at the mitigation factor. If you cannot totally eliminate, you just eradicate some of it. So there are various process. More, if we have time. Actually, this program takes 2 days. 2 days to complete. So what I'm showing you are some glimpse of the areas that we are going to cover in this program, problem solving, or how to kill problem in 6 steps. So there, guys, so far what we have covered is that I've shared with you some of the problem solving tools. There's the 7 traditional QC tools, and I have shared with you the 7 new tools. And I also shared with you the 6-step method, where we covered scenario, impact, solution, proposal, action, and value creation. And I also covered a decision-making technique, a very interesting technique. We call it benefit analysis. You can use this technique to make crucial decision. There are many decisions that we have to make every day. Where to go for vacation, what house to buy, what problem you're going to choose, etc. And the last topic that I shared with you is the root cause analysis, where we use the fishbone diagram that was designed by Professor Dr. Koru Ishikawa. So there you go. These are some of the things that I've shared with you. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to do so. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.